going on, guys? It's currently May the 4th. It's currently Monday, May the 4th at 12:37 in the morning. So, in honor of May the 4th, you're playing Star Wars Battlefront 2. For those that didn't know, for the first time in, honestly, almost a year, I want to say. It's been quite a long time since I last played this game. I'm either gonna upload this or I'm gonna upload Jedi Fallen Order. I've already played through Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, but I'm gonna upload either that or this, or I might just upload both. I'm not sure yet. But I am very bad at this game. I'm just being honest, very bad at this game, haven't played it in such a long time. And I'm also very bad at commentaries, so I'm just going to talk about my favorite Star Wars movies, my favorite movies, maybe games also. Wow, sniped off spawn, eh? But I'm just going to talk about some Star Wars stuff, I suppose, because I have no idea what else to talk about, because I am very bad at commentaries. So starting off, I guess I'll just say what my favorite movie of all time is. For me, my favorite movie of all time, like my favorite Star Wars movie of all time, is Revenge of the Sith. I've honestly watched that movie over 1,000 times. I've honestly watched that over 1,000 times. It's literally my favorite movie. Has one of the best lightsaber duels in the movie of Anakin versus Obi-Wan. And obviously that movie right now, last few months, has been a walking meme where people have just been taking lines from it and turning it into like any meme they wanted. But that's my favorite movie. Fucking A, I have no idea what this map is. But that's my favorite movie of all time. So I guess I'll talk about my favorite original trilogy and favorite sequel movie now also. So my favorite original trilogy movie is, I think I'm gonna have to go with Return of the Jedi, honestly. Come on, Maul, what are you doing? Oh, it's over. My favorite original trilogy movie is Return of the Jedi. I loved how the story ended at that point. Loved the ending. It was basically like a redemption story for Anakin or Darth Vader at that point. Yeah, that's my favorite original trilogy. I'm a very boring person. I sound really boring. I know. Snooze fest, right? But my favorite sequel movie, I might have to go with, fuck, honestly. Probably The Force Awakens. That's like probably the least clusterfuck sequel movie right now, or that came out. Probably have to give it to that one. They're all clusterfucks, but I still like them and I'll still watch them because they're Star Wars movies. So those are my favorite movies. Obviously, if you couldn't figure out by me talking about Anakin so much, obviously Anakin's my favorite Jedi, and I'm gonna have to give Darth Vader my favorite Sith also, because I just love the character so much. He was my favorite character growing up when I was like 5 years old, and it's still my favorite character. Now, honestly, Star Wars has such a bright future with like Disney, because obviously the movie wasn't great. The movies weren't great when they were under Disney, but it still has such a bright future with like the shows. because the Mandalorian show on Disney Plus was so good. The first season was so good. Come here, bitch. But the Mandalorian show was so good. I honestly really enjoyed it. So I'm trying to think of what else to say. The Clone Wars show that was on TV, that's now on Disney Plus, the last season. Those that have been watching the last season, they know how like lined up the show is right now, and it's honestly really crazy how like perfectly lined up the show is right now. Shit. It's just so good. Now, there have been people. I watched the Clone Wars when it was on TV, and I rewatched all the episodes when they announced the season 7 was coming out. I believe it's season 7, right? And then I watched. Okay, ready? I watched Star Wars Rebels also. I enjoyed it. People said they didn't like it too much, but I honestly enjoyed it. I'm pretty sad the way it ended, I'm gonna be honest. But I hope they do something with it. I hope they make like a reboot of it or something. Bring it back somehow. It was just so sad the way that it ended. Ezra just gone, and then Sabine and Ahsoka just standing there, and then it's like she's looking at that mural of everyone. It was such a good show in my opinion. I'm gonna be honest. I really want them to do something else with it. I like the way this is going. Yeah, this is probably my first match. Probably my second match of Battlefront, like I said, in almost a year. I didn't update it in such a long time, and the update file for it was like maybe an hour, I believe it was. It was like an hour, 45 minutes, somewhere around that time. It took a little bit. Darth Maul is here. Stay focused. Oh, they got Darth Maul. Yeah, they bought out a new Darth Maul skin. They bought out a bunch of new skins for some characters in this game. New Palpatine skin, new Rey skin. They gave Rey her actual lightsaber, considering the lightsaber that she had was not hers in general. Just saying, it's Anakin's, and then it belonged to Luke because it was passed down to him after Anakin died, after he turned to the dark side. It was never Rey's. It was never Rey's because the ownership of it was not properly passed down to her. And she is not a fucking Skywalker. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Yeah, obviously I got a strong opinion about the ending for The Rise of Skywalker. Obviously I got a strong opinion on it. I won't go too much into detail of it, considering, you know, not everybody has seen the movie yet, so they probably don't want to be spoiled or anything. But it's whatever. You know, those that have seen it and are like true Star Wars fans that I am, they would know exactly what I'm talking about right now also. Now, defend the objective. The first Star Wars game that I ever played was the original Star Wars Battlefront 2 that came out on PlayStation 2. That was like the first one that I ever played. that was the first Star Wars game I ever played, and it was so golden. But this one's I'm gonna have to give this one the upper hand. I think this one's better. But you can't take away from the OG Star Wars Battlefront 2 because it was so good. Granted, I was not that old when I played it. I was maybe 5 or 6. So, like, that was my childhood. And everything in my childhood, like, all the games that I played were absolutely amazing.
Attack the objective! We're close to dominating this sector. Don't let up now.
Now, the Clone Wars TV show first aired in 2008. And I was 7 years old when it first aired.
That's it, boys. HQ
Oh, yeah.
sent us LA-ATs to
But
forward in order to attack the dreadnought.
it was, I didn't watch it when it first came out because I don't know, but it did come on TV when I would wake up for school in the morning. They would like show some old episodes, so that's when I like first got introduced to it. When the old episodes were popping up on TV, I'd watch it there. And then they got the Clone Wars movie, the animated movie. That was a pretty good movie also. As for Attack of the Clones, I honestly enjoy Attack of the Clones. Not many people do though. You know, not many people enjoy the prequel movies like I do. I absolutely love the prequels. I think the main reason that I truly loved the prequel movies was because those were the movies that I grew up with. You know, I obviously wasn't alive for when... Oh, they're taking off without me. I obviously wasn't alive for when the original trilogy movies came out. But, you know, for me they're all Star Wars movies, and I love all the Star Wars movies. You know, that's just my opinion. Now, if I was to rank them, I could probably give like my top 3. I wouldn't be able to rank all of them at once right now. I could probably give my top 3. So for my top 3, I would have to go Revenge of the Sith is my first.
This ship's a goner as soon as we've completed our objective, boys. Let's do it.
I'd go Revenge of the Sith is my first. Return of the Jedi is my second. And then it's not gonna be another prequel. It's not gonna be The Phantom Menace or Attack of the Clones. I might have to give it to Empire Strikes Back. I might have to give it to that. I think those are my top 3. I'm gonna have to give it to those. But my least favorite Star Wars movie, without a doubt, I would have to give it to the Solo movie. I thought the Solo movie was absolutely boring. I did not like it too much. People say they hate Rogue One. I honestly liked it. I honestly enjoyed it. You know, like it was leading up to A New Hope. You know, it was really good. You know, I assume people didn't like it because it didn't have any lightsaber action, and when you think of Star Wars, that's what you think of. But at the same time, it's like, it was building up to the story and how they got the Death Star plans to begin with. And also at the end of the movie, you get one of the coolest like cinematic shots of Darth Vader ever. Without a doubt, that's one of the coolest shots. Without a doubt. Can't get back there. So since I'm recording this, and it's gonna be a bit longer of a video, obviously, and it's Monday, This is probably gonna be uploaded instead of Outlast, so I'll probably go back to recording and filming Outlast next Monday, but this is probably going to take its place for this week. But honestly, I think the reason that I stopped playing this was because I wasn't very good at the game. I'm obviously not that good. I'm pretty mediocre at it. But there's fucking Maul. Yeah, that new Darth Maul skin looks absolutely amazing. But it's crazy, you know. People been saving up like all their points so that they can buy it, but it's like, oh nope, you just have to get 500 kills with Darth Maul in order to unlock it, which is absolutely crazy. Holy crap.
We're getting support from Master Kenobi.
Honestly, I'm just trying to think of more things to say, but people are saying that Disney ruined Star Wars with the movies, like movie-wise. Yes. You know, the movies were not as good as the others were, as the prequels were, and the original trilogies were. People say the original trilogies were the best. That's probably true. I think the prequels were the best because I grew up watching that. You know, that's just what I prefer. I have my own opinion. Everybody else has their own opinion. Some people may like the new Star Wars. They may like the sequels. Me, not a big fan. But yeah, I'm gonna end up ending this pretty soon, cause I got nothing else to really talk about. I talked about everything that I could really think of in the moment, and I don't want to have to just like just go with the flow and have to like figure things out as I'm going along right now. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and end this. This was pretty successful. You know, I had some fun playing this. For however long I played this, it could have been like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe less. I'm not quite sure how long I played.
Dooku is here. Right, counting down. Don't mind me.
Goodness, what is going on? Dang, man. Yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. You know, I just talked about what I could think of, you know. Since it's May the 4th and all, just talk about Star Wars. You know, I enjoyed it. I had some fun making this. So, if you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see y'all next time. Later.